Yes. I'm so sorry. Holy moly. I knew I forgot something.
13 things to keep track of.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just a lot of stuff.
13 is like a lot of things. We're trying to clear Monk. Okay, so what's going to be nice about this tournament, Chris, is I think we'll have a nice opportunity to talk about how you speedrun these characters, or at least, you know, a rough idea. I don't know your expertise in the various characters beyond Cadence.
Very minimal. Like, yeah, I was thinking because I mentioned to you, I've been watching Aru, who's been streaming a lot of the 13 characters, and it's been interesting to see, like, there's all these things that you don't think about with the other characters that are really quite different from Cadence, and decisions and things that seem bizarre if you're thinking about it from just Cadence, but oh no, that makes sense because, you know, that might not be ideal on, you know, Monk.
Yeah, so there's a lot you need to pay attention to for Monk. Obviously, where you're killing enemies, certain enemies, if you like water balls or monkeys, if you get captured by them instead of we're gonna see Tang get the leprechaun here. Had to let it run into the corner first so that if it didn't drop any gold.
Yeah, another special have to kill leprechaun special way than Monk. Or don't get into your normal habit because he'll drop that charm on gold.
Yep, and you won't be getting it. Exactly. Also, we'll notice that Tang managed to get a obsidian broadsword to start, which is pretty good, but you gotta watch out because you're gonna snag on some enemies, and snagging on enemies can obviously create gold in places you don't want it to be. Also, wraiths are the worst in this character. I wish they weren't a thing, but they are. They can spawn and just lock you in and plant gold on the floor, which is bad news.
I got both racers swapping off that blood shovel.
Yeah, that is a critical component. Yeah. You want to get rid of the blood shovel pretty much right away. You want to be able to dig well, but you don't want to have to take damage in doing so, especially since this character only has 2 hearts to start.
Which I really think monks should have. Like, 3 hearts, like, that would just be so much better.
Yep. Yeah, I think everyone agrees. The only reason why Monk has only 2 hearts is because all the characters had 2 hearts, and then they buffed the hard characters, or the characters they wanted to make easier without paying any mind to Monk. So that's why Bolt and Cadence have 3 hearts. So a little bit of a lead here from Tang in this Monk run, but of course, Monk is insta-death. The moment you touch gold, you die immediately. So you gotta be a little careful. And Tang not. And so here we're seeing some differences. Of course, this is not Cadence. This is Monk. And so taking a explorer's boots instead of taking a titanium cap.
Charm.
Yeah, the Nazar charm's such a good thing.
Yeah, also that's Ring of War too, which I don't, you know, can knock things back awkwardly.
Yep. Yeah, it can be a little weird. And also, that Ring of Peace is so strong though. And actually, Mizmy's gonna miss out on that. So Mizmy having a very different build right now from Tang. Much more aggressive, 8 damage longsword versus Tang's 3 damage broadsword. But of course, Tang has Peace, which is big.
Yeah.
Now, there's certain character or enemies in each zone that you gotta pay special mind to. Here, the wind mages can really mess you up because they can pull you onto gold, and you gotta watch for that. Chris feels a bit quiet. All right, I can buff up Chris there. Yeah, you weren't even at 100%.
Whoa.
Now you are.
Hello, everyone. Perhaps I'm louder now.
Yeah, let me know.
Which, I mean, it's already a nice thing that we know with less enemies. That's just less enemies that are going to drop gold. So, you know, your risk for stepping on gold is a little bit less. It's just nice.
Also, what's interesting is, like, there is only one real difference between this, like, major difference between this character and Cadence, and it's, of course, having to avoid gold. But you can see the impact that has on the time, as they're like 4 minutes coming out of zone 2. This is traditionally a much slower character. Even when I'm prepping the news and I see, you know, people getting Monk PBs and it's like 9 minutes, which of course is great for Monk, but for Cadence, also great.
So long, because you have to take so much extra time to like avoid the gold to set things up properly. Even like on deep blues, you can't just, so like on monk in bosses, every little enemy drops one, nugget of gold. So you have to make sure that you don't just throw kill and then your jeweled dagger is sitting on top of gold and there's an entire wall of gold in the way, right? So there's, even with those quick kills, you got to wait a little bit just to make sure that the boss enemies are lined up properly, which is just, you don't have to do that on Cadence.
Exactly. Yeah. And we also just saw there Tang needing to wait a couple extra beats for that dire bat to get off the exit stairs before killing it. Because, of course, it does leave gold on the stairs. The gold doesn't, like, tumble down the steps or anything. It just sits there. So, yeah.
Like a trapdoor, where it does tumble down the trapdoor.
Wait, does gold go down trapdoors? No.
I think it does. Like, or
if
maybe
it's open?
Yeah, like if it's open. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, so you got to be very careful about where you're placing your enemies. Now, also what's interesting is this character, I mean, interesting maybe, but this character did not get a lot of play. And I feel like once Coda came out, a lot of the meta for Monk shifted without people playing Monk, which is kind of funny. Because, of course, Coda has the Monk feature of no gold. Mm-hmm. And so there is a lot of sort of, now that we understand a little bit more about what you need to do for no gold, because of Coda, because so many more people are playing Coda all the time, that, yeah, I think the shift of the meta for Monk happened without people playing Monk, which is kind of strange.
I mean, I think this is probably one of the least played characters. I'm not sure, but that's just the sense that I get from all the characters. You don't see much Monk play.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like if it wasn't for Switch acts, Eli would also be on that list, but Switch plays Eli all the time. Otherwise, yeah, I think yeah, Monk is definitely one of those characters, but I love him still. I don't even care. And he makes for some great emotes, so there's that. Yeah, I mean, I actually do like this character, but I think it's just so counter to a lot of what people play Necrodancer for.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's just a lot of brain RAM required for this character.
And the game already requires a lot of brain RAM, so...
Ooh, that glass hammer. That's not a bad pickup. Of course, as we're going to see today, Dead Ringer is only a feature on one of the characters. And we're going to get a Miner's Cap, too, which is actually also really good. It's a little bit scary, but with the Warhammer, it should be okay. This is just going to open up a lot more territory so that you don't have to open it up yourself, which means it's going to be a lot faster. But this is scary, especially with enemies that require piercing, like the armored enemies, like those blade masters.
I think the other spooky thing here with Zone 4 is, like, hitting a Warlock, especially like from a distance.
Yeah, that was so scary.
Because then, especially if you unexpectedly swap places when you're not anticipating, because that situation is when you accidentally continue to walk in the way your brain planned, but all of a sudden you're somewhere else and you step on gold and that's it.
Yep, exactly. And you can definitely see the power of peace here as Mizmy also takes the Ring of Peace, which is going to be so much better for their current situation.
Yeah, especially with the glass hammer, we're gonna be able to kill like everything.
Yep. Yeah, and yeah, Zone 4, definitely one of the scariest zones for Monk. But Zone 5 is a little bit sketchy as well when you start killing enemies on the wire. That leaves
like kill a zombie with one little nugget of gold on that electric wire that you just can't see.
Yep. Yeah, the one nugget is hard to see. Mizmy avoiding that wall mimic. Well done. But yeah, you can see that just Tang's early build really good, and taking, like I said, that water ball to not leave gold behind by just taking it instead of actually killing it. And yeah, Tang's got a really good push going here. Now these are going to be best of ones. We are doing 13 best of ones here, so this is it for Monk. So if you're here and you're like, God, I hate Monk so much, don't worry, it's almost done.
Yeah,
oh man,
one shot, just like all characters runs.
I have to say, I am really impressed with their play here. Mizmy, attacking over gold is a scary thing to do as monk. Because if there was no enemy there, you would jump into it. So it's always a little bit frightening. Nice heal buffers to not break the glass. And Mizmy's going to be in the zone 5. But Tang here with one more floor. Again,
and nice pickup of the earth tomes with Tang too. Like that's another. I was going to say that earlier. A spell that has such another use on monk is earth spell, because you can clean up all your gold on the ground. Earth just slurps it up, I guess, absorbed into the minerals.
It does, yeah. It just, I don't know. It transmutes it into some other element, I suppose. I don't know. We got to go around. So Tang having to do a little bit of a ring around the rosy there, but does get on to Conga. Should be able to Earth Zuma actually here, as long as nothing gets in the way. But the Conga line, oh, this is getting a little awkward. And with the snag, we got to be careful. Can we set up an Earth Zuma? No. Oh yes, we can. Apparently you can do that.
I don't know. Let's do it. GG.
GG's. All right. And so our red team takes the first blood, getting a point over Mizmy there, but Mizmy not far behind. This is a extremely hard character. 10-21 is a nice safe monk run, keeping the lead. We don't have a lot of race meta for monk. I should put like a score somewhere for the teams. Yeah, I'll figure that out. We'll let Mizmy finish this one out, because this should be a pretty awkward fight. We'll see how it goes. Looks like might just be clearing the line.
I was feeling like I was gonna get hit on that with that with that electric mage ball.
Oh yeah, it was coming in hot. All right, nice. Mizmy clearing it as well. We won't necessarily always show the clear, but Mizmy was close enough. That was good. GG's.
Okay.